Breaking news. Welcome to La Freeze Concept TV. Afenifere to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You called for revolution against Jonathan. Don't complain now. Afenifere to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You called for revolution against Jonathan. Don't complain now. To my dear listeners, before I go into details, ensure you like, subscribe and share. Now the details. According to Daily Post report, the Pan-Yoruba social political group, Afenifere, has cautioned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu against shifting blame following the widespread protest against his administration. The group reminded Tinubu of his calls for a revolution against former President Goodluck Jonathan and urged him to take responsibility for the current unrest. Prince Justice Fakiyesi, National Publicity Secretary of Afenifere, loyal to acting leader Chief Ayo Adebanjo, criticized Tinubu's recent speech, stating it failed to address the core issue of nationwide hunger. Fakiyesi argued that it was disingenuous for Tinubu to claim the protests were politically motivated when he had previously incited similar actions against Jonathan. It is the same thing that happened under former President Goodluck Jonathan, and he, Tinubu, called for a revolution or protest. Now, when he's facing the same thing, and even worse, he's blaming other people, Fakiyesi told newsmen on Monday. Fakiyesi recalled Tinubu's earlier stance on the removal of fuel subsidies, pointing out the president's previous acknowledgement that such policies would provoke protest. When he started, and he specifically said that subsidy is dead, he said you can protest as much as you like. He knew that his policies were going to bring protest. At his age, he knows that there have been all sorts of protests against subsidy removal, Fakiyesi remarked. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, in addition to that, one thing that saddened my heart the most is no matter how they kill themselves, it doesn't even concern these people. They act less like they are not even serving us, like we are not even the one that voted them in. They care so less about we people. Let me pick it from here that says when it started and it specifically said that subsidy is dead, he said you can protest as much you like. Because these people knows no matter what we do, there's nothing we will do. There is nothing we will do. So they feel whatever that happens, it is our problem. It is our fault. And they believe no matter how we shout, no matter how we cry, there is nothing we will do. And obviously, there is nothing we can do to these people. They are in power. They do whatever they like. And if that does not change, Nigeria will not progress. There is hunger. There are a lot of things. These people are old. We don't even need them again. We don't need them. But because of negligence and ignorance and selfishness of many of the Nigerian youth and the olds, that's why they used to vote all these old barons, I'm not sorry to say, into power. And now we are suffering. They are suffering their generations as well. A lot of things that has been dead. A lot of companies that keeps this country moving has closed down and moved out of this country. Very soon, I'm not so proud to call myself a Nigerian, and very soon I'm not even sure if we won't be enslaved anytime soon, because they are acting, and even if they have the power to sell this country, I believe they would have sold it out for a very long time, and there is nothing we will do. We only keep talking about independence while we have been enslaved even in our own land. There's nothing we do. These people are buying private jets with our money. Yet we didn't even enjoy a bit of our labor. And yet we keep praising them. When they come down, we smile at them. They will give us one Congo of rice, and yet we still collect it. Not until we start rejecting whatever they offer us. That's where we can live right. Let's move down to the comment section, to my dear listeners, and let's see what people have to say. A first comment I have says, Afenifere is a untribalized and sincere Yoruba head. Respect for standing for truth. The political class are trying to alienate Yorubas from other Southerners, Southeasterners, and North Central. Bring back Yoruba respect. It is just the way these people are selfish. During Jonathan, they did a lot of things to destroy his government just because they want to get to this particular post. They want to get to this particular position. It is not done that way. Another comment which I have here says, Adebanjo Afenifere were fools without brain gather to discuss nonsense to Yoruba. To Yoruba, take them serious except fools and brilliants like them. And in response to that says, for how much Tinubu has paid you to call your elders fools? Remember, they are telling the government to implement good policies for your own good. Still at the comment section. Another comment which I have says, it is like he's recovering his money from subsidy removal. All these hunger protesters with guns and even killing thugs were sponsored against the protesters. That is old fashion of politics, which is not acceptable. Goodluck did not sponsor. That was why police were protecting the protesters, which he was one of the protesters then. And the response to that says, Tinubu, you already get bad name in Nigerian politics.